Junior defensive back number 5, Mitchell Weicker. Sophomore number 6, defensive back Ben Hoffman. Senior number 55, defensive end Connor Wickman. Junior defensive back number 33, Joseph Burridge. Junior defensive end number 54, Ben Berwiger. Senior defensive tackle number 61, Cody Thomas. Sophomore linebacker number 85, Logan Bell. Senior defensive tackle number 66, Luke Schmidt. Junior linebacker number 12, Jack Penigadindo. And senior defensive back number 81, Brady Stadler. And here are the rest of your Warriors. The Warriors head coach Jim Levy and his staff.
We're ready whenever.
No picture on the monitor.
Get up and get on your feet for the 2017 KLC football team. So make it good.
We're at Lakeland University, where tonight KLC takes on conference foe Ozaki. My name is Mike Martin. Joining me is the coach, Chris Wright. Chris, both teams come in 3-2, and why don't you tell the story why we're at a university playing this game instead of Kohler's field?
Well, it just so happened I drove by Kohler yesterday, and it was about, I don't know, let's call it 8:15, and they're working on the field 8:15 p.m., putting in their own turf field. So there's a crew from Ohio that was putting down some of the gravel and the dirt and make it all flat. And their goal, Marty, is to have the last home game on a turf field at Kohler High. So we're out here at Lakeland, and I've been out here a couple weeks ago to watch KLC play. And this is, I think, just a marvelous thing that they've done out here at Lakeland University.
It's day and night from the last time we were out here when the field was literally totally ripped up, and we did the last game on that field.
Yes, we did.
They had to play the rest of the season over at North High.
Of course, it wasn't a field when we were done. It was just a giant
quagmire.
Mud bowl area.
Well, we thank Lakeland College for letting these players play out here. This is a really nice field. Kickoff taken at the 25, right up the middle, and spinning and getting knocked down. Rag Magoni on the return, Nicky.
Well, KLC, as Marty mentioned, is 2-3 overall, and 2-3 in the league. They do play a non-conference game next week for their homecoming, which we'll be out here for. And we'll kind of explain what I feel why they have to do that.
Loss of a yard on that play. I was going to say a lot more passing tonight, Chris, than what we have seen over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, KLC pretty much of a balance, run and pass team. Joe Bugby, number 4, is their quarterback. He's a senior from Kohler. We'll try to mention to you folks all the kids from all the 3 different schools, but he wears number 4.
Got a nice program with all that explained, height and weight, number, position. Draw play up the middle. Running back goes for about, Modal on the carry goes for about 5.
Yeah, Rom and Modal are their big horses. Not a lot of yards for those boys, and they kind of, as Marty mentioned, like to throw the ball a bit more. But we'll run a variety of things, and we already are aware of the coach, Chris Zablocki, former Cedar Grove coach and Sheboygan North coach, first year out here, and some other familiar coaches are on his staff as well.
3rd down and about 6 or 7. Deep pass. He's got a receiver open and a diving attempt, and the catch is not made. It's incomplete.
Good effort there. Here you'll see now the punting unit quickly out, and that didn't take very long, Marty, just a minute and a half.
No, a couple running plays and incomplete pass.
Luke Novice is normally the punter.
Almost blocked, but it gets away and takes a KLC bounce, goes out of bounds inside the 20 at about the 18-yard line. So nice punt.
Well, just as I said that, it was Bugby, the other punter, that punted it.
Ball is spotted, we'll call it the 17-yard line, just short of the 18. So they got Ozaki pinned back deep. Ridgewood is their main running back. He bounces it, gets tripped up. Boy, if he doesn't get tripped up there, Chris, he might have gone a long ways.
Like Weicker on the play. They have a host of runners, and I'll tell you, Marty, he wasn't on my list.
Hey, that can happen.
I have him for no carries or less than 13 carries. They have a bunch of guys that run the football.
Off tackle. Trying to bounce it to the outside. The running back gets up close to the 25 before being pushed back. It's going to be third down and about 5. I didn't catch who that.
I think it was Wickman that carried that. Well, I don't have him as a back running. And now they're in a third and similar situation as Kohler, 3rd and 4.
Quarterback drifting back, wobbly kind of pass, but complete out over the 45-yard line. Not a real good-looking pass, Chris, but got the job done.
No, and they got it to Carson Renicky. He's their #1 catch guy. I have him unofficially for 8 catches on the season.
What number was he?
He was 3.
Inside handoff. Oh, not much there. Pickup of maybe 2 yards.
There's that Mitchell Weicker again, Marty, that we don't know much about him. Ozaki is 2-2 in league. They played their non-conference game last week, got mushed by Mauston, 50-7.
Pitch out going wide with Weicker. Oh, take that back. It wasn't Weicker, it was Brady Stadler, number 81.
Oh, I think it was Stadler too, Marty. I know they announced it that way. It was Stadler. It's his 16th carry on the season.
Picks up about 7 on the play. It's going to be 3rd and 1. Ball at the 43 of KLC. Tight line.
Stadler in the backfield, Marty.
Quarterback sneak by Huffman, and he's going to get it. Gets knocked down at about the 40-yard line.
Here's a replay, just so you can see a simple play up the middle.
I'll tell you, that long pass play, they're making KLC pay for that.
Jim Lippy, the coach at Ozaki, he's been there for a number of years.
Handoff and getting wrapped up and tackled. really hard to see the numbers of the KLC guys.
Yeah.
We've had that trouble over the years. Weicker on the carry, and he loses yardage. It's going to be 2nd and 12. Right out in front of us at the bottom of your screen is Carson Renicky. He caught that 18-yard pass earlier. Hoffman getting rushed. It was a screen play, and it was a good call for that defense.
Well, they came.
It's going to be 3rd down, only a pickup of about 5.
Guess you'd call that a pass to Stadler, huh?
Oh yeah, it was a pass. It was actually, you know what that was? It was a screen
Yeah,
pass.
short screen. KLC came on the rush.
We got 3rd and about 7. Wide receivers to the left side of the formation this time. A pitch out to Stadler, and he gets maybe a yard. That's about it. Good defense that time by KLC. All right, Chris, what do you do here on 4th and 6?
Throw.
Go for it, you're saying then?
Yep.
4th down and 6. Yeah, you can't hardly punt from here. It's a little too close. And I don't think they have a field goal kicker that's going to hit
No.
from this far.
I have them attempting no field goals on the season, Marty.
You know, you and I haven't attempted any either.
Well, Ozaki's going to talk about this. You know, they could have a short punt. I know their punter only averages about 30 yards, but it is Sheboygan Lutheran homecoming. Last night they had their big bonfire, and it's quite an impressive thing. If you've never been out there, some year you should go out there in the community to see that. Next week, and it'll be Kohler's homecoming. If you ask who leads the league, it's Cedar Grove. They're 4-0. They did lose a non-conference game. They put their non-conference game against Fond du Lac St. Mary's Springs.
Whoa,
now,
what a powerhouse they are.
and Cedar Grove is ranked high in like Division 6 or 5, and St. Mary's Springs is below them, ranked number 1, and they clobbered Cedar Grove. I mean, it was
All right, they've
big
run
win.
10 plays on this drive, Chris. They're trying to make it 11. Renicky is wide to the right. Hoffman pulls it under. He's not going to get it. Good defense by KLC.
Well, that's a coverage play, Marty. Nothing available down the field. I would say that's a victory for KLC.
Hoffman only gained 1 yard on that scramble, Chris.
Well, Rich Wood is their big running back. Haven't seen him yet.
Inside Modal. Dragon Tacklers gets near the 1st down.
And on the flip side, KLC, second leading rusher is Levi Modal, and
He goes
picked up-
for 10 yards.
picked up 10.
1st and 10, ball on the 45 now. Woodall's a senior out of Christian High. Bugby back, looking.
He should run.
Oh, they're going to get a flag.
Oh.
There's a clip.
That's way back there.
It was a clip. You
I
got to
know.
call that. You can't let that go.
But he was way away from the play.
There
My
was an
point is he
interesting one.
wasn't necessary.
Hoffman tackling Bugby, quarterback on quarterback. It's Going to be a penalty on KLC. It'll remain first down.
But it's a spot foul.
And it was behind the line of scrimmage.
Yipper.
So ball is back on the 33.
So just about
22.
Yeah.
Penalty for KLC. Ball inside their 35 at the 33.
High formation, 2 wide receivers. A quick out to the wide receiver. Sean Farrell makes that grab.
Farrell's their leading receiver by yards, and now he ties Modal for catches. Looked like Bugby gave him a little signal there since he saw that the cornerback was playing back. And so he just ran a little 5-yard turnaround, square in there, and threw it to him. And
a lot of wide receivers in this set. Draw play right up the middle. Running back's got a first down. Dragging tacklers inside the 35-yard line. Ramagoni on the run that time.
principal of Kohler's up here, Tim Brown, right next door. Well, spreading it out, Marty, I think creates things like that. That's why sometimes I watch South and North and wish they would spread it out a little bit, because it opens up some of the holes a little bit.
Modal up the middle again. They're able to get a push in the middle, Chris, and gain some yardage. That could open up some stuff in the middle, on the outside.
Well, that first drive they had looked like it was going to be a tough sledding, but this drive, new life. Something you see here more often than you see at the big schools is a lot of the kids are going to be playing on both sides of the ball.
Ball is down to the 30 as a 5-yard pickup. Ramagoni is the deep back. Hand off to him. He takes it right up the middle. Good tackle made. Good tackle made by Logan Bell.
Third and 2. Well, they have 2 opportunities to get 2 yards. I'd keep her on the ground here. Ramagoni seems to have him and Modal have the magic touch now between the tackles. And they're going to spread them out again, Marty.
Bugby back looking. Has a man deep in the end zone. Picked off.
You know, he could have run for that first down, Marty.
Yeah, you got to wonder.
Forcing it in there.
We didn't catch the number of the kid who made the interception, and our monitor is not very clear. For some reason, we can't get it to work right.
It was Brent Hoffman who came over and.
Was it Hoffman?
Yep, the quarterback.
Well, it's 1st and 10 for Ozaki in a run of about 4 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and about 5. Give him a gain of 5 on that. Ball spotted on the 25-yard line. Wide receivers split wide to the left and right. Handoff to the second back, and he gets
Lots
caught
of
in the
flags.
backfield. It looked like that might have been a face mask, Chris, do you think?
No, I think it was motion or offside.
Holding.
Carried by Weiger, Lucy on the stop for KLC, flagging the play.
Ozaki with their first penalty. Motion penalty.
Been a pretty clean game so far. We have 1:02 left in the first quarter.
It's gone fast.
Yes, it has. A lot of running. And both teams had a pretty good drive before it stalled. Okay, 5-yard penalty pushes the ball back to the 20. Stadler trying to get the edge but couldn't, and then he cuts it back.
Coach Flipsy's in the house too. We see him.
Yeah.
Sheboygan Christian.
Must have gave the kids a night off from basketball practice, huh?
Well, Modal, I know, plays on their team for sure. Fourth down and 2. Ball on a 28-yard line. They'll be punting now, Chris, you would think. And that's the end of the first quarter. No score here at Lakeland University.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.com.
Nice defensive stand by KLC to end the quarter, Marty. It's going to force the first punt, and as I mentioned before, they are their punter, who happens to be their quarterback. What? Wow. That you don't like.
Boy, coming off of a end of the quarter, you talk about it, and then you got to call a timeout right
And all
away.
you're doing is punting, Marty.
Yeah, all you're doing is punting.
All you're doing is punting. You know, that's one that gets
you
me.
mentioned we'll be back out here next week for homecoming for Kohler.
Yeah, and Christian, I believe.
Yeah, and Christian. And they play Lemira. It's a non-conference game like you mentioned also. And then we have a game, I think we got a doubleheader weekend. We got South. And then the next day we come out here for a Lakeland game, and then we finish the season, I believe it is, with the Lakeland game.
Yeah, I know we have South one more time, and then Kohler. Okay. You are correct, sir.
Yeah, October 6th and 7th. And then the 14th is our last game. Benedictine is here.
Our season's winding up quickly, too.
Yeah. Huffman running and doing the old soccer kick. Gets a nice bounce. Oh, now it turns back. They're going to down it at the 34-yard line.
Down by the 33, Joseph Brewing for Ozaki. KLC takes over first and 10, ball from 34-yard line.
Bugby hit on 1 of 3 passes in that first quarter, Chris, and had that interception in the end zone. Let's see, they got wide receivers all over the place, handed off in the backfield, and no blocking up front that time.
Well, there was 1 blocker and 2 white shirts, and the 1 blocker didn't block at least 1. Which,
usually works better when you got an up back like Modal to do some blocking, hit the hole quick. And they give it to Modal first back through, and he gets it back to the original line of scrimmage, basically.
set up a 3rd and long situation, so Bugby has been moved out of the pocket a little bit, and we've noticed he could possibly run a little bit, so he doesn't just have to throw.
It's 3rd and long. We have a cluster of wide receivers on the right side. Bugby in the shotgun, dropping back, looking, throwing deep, and way over everybody's head. He was expecting Farrell to go deep, and he didn't keep going. Good arm by that kid, though.
Unfortunately, just like that, they're going to be punting the ball back.
I was walking out to get us some programs, and I walked past this couple. I said, I don't know what's so special about this field. That's how my grass at home looks. Line drive punt, but a great roll.
Why don't you pick that up? He cleared people way awfully early.
And it's down at about the 21. What was almost a block turns out to be a great punt. Well, Ozaki with another chance to move the ball. They've had a lot of trouble with KLC's defense. Coming in late is Alex Sterich. Big boy, got to get him out there.
Both teams seem to be kind of delivering blows to each other, Marty.
Body punches.
Yeah.
Looking for the big hit.
Yeah.
High formation, 2nd back. Not going very far. It's going to be 2nd down.
Mitchell Weicker on the carry. Ridgewood, their leading rusher, must be injured because we have not seen him all day.
It's hard to pick out the numbers from this far away. He's number 23, and I haven't noticed him on the field at all.
Nope.
Huffman throws deep. Wide receiver couldn't quite catch up to it. Pass is incomplete.
Both receivers ran a stop and go, which basically means you run down the field, you hesitate and try to shoot past the defender. The defender who had a little more safety help is where Huffman threw it to. If you was on the other side, you would at least had single coverage over on this side.
I thought Burrish ran out and stopped when he figured it wasn't coming to him.
I said,
ain't gonna keep running. Huffman straight back, looking deep. A little bit of an out pattern, and it's intercepted, it looks like.
They're saying he was out of bounds.
Yeah, out of bounds. So another incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down.
It's 2 basically the same plays.
Not too much creativity there. 4th down.
KLC should have good field position here, Marty.
Yeah, you would think.
A lot of it had to do with that punt.
Ramagoni is back at about the 42. Huffman's punt is away.
It's up and out of here.
He's out of bounds. Somewhere between, looks like the 40 and the 40, or the 50 and the 45. And it's at the 48.
Well, this is a good chance.
Great field position. Right near midfield.
And I think this is going to be a timeout for hydration, which I figured they might do.
Scott, if you can hear me, this is got a message that the picture is awful, but at least they can hear us now. They were not able to hear us at the beginning, and I'll tell you, our monitor picture is very blurry. I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it, but not a good picture being sent out to the city. Hey, it was good to see Chris Zablocki and Steve Brixon.
Steve Brixon, yeah. Corey Roberson, also formerly of North, he's here. And a former North player, Ryan Eigenberger, is in the box. He's teaching over at
Steve
Kohler.
is still over at North, and Chris moved over to Urban. He was at Grant. Crossing pattern complete. Nice catch made there. And Grabowski on the catch, number 88.
I just have a feeling about this drive, Marty. And that was one of those big hits that we were waiting for.
Ball is spotted on the 32 now. It's a 20-yard pickup.
You know who'd really like these lights, Marty? Denny Moyer.
Isn't that the truth? They're nice and high, too. Ramagoni trying to bounce it outside, but he's going to get hit for a loss at the 34-yard line, a loss of 2.
Well, if you notice the lights, Marty, they've made them now in the 21st century where they kind of don't stare at you. They kind of have them blocked and straight down.
So you don't get that glare?
Glare, so yeah, when you put your eyes up in the lights, trying to catch a fly ball or...
Hey, I bet even the umpires can see better. Did you watch a Brewer game last night?
Oh, gosh.
Ooh, did they have it was brutal. Modal right up the middle, dragging tacklers inside the 30, picks up 5.
The night before was even tougher, Marty. You probably don't know that, but there was a Brewer player, I believe it was Shaw doubled, so they brought in their speedster, and he tried to bunt, and he bunted. And of course, the ball hit him. So, of course, the umpire calls out. The problem was he was still in the box.
Oops.
And it's not reviewable.
Oh, no.
So then they would have moved him to, third, and maybe they could have scored one more run. So tough 2 nights for watching the Brewers.
Ramagoni on the inside, he's not going to get much, maybe 2. It's going to be 4th down and about 5 or 6.
Boy, they get something going, and then the defenses on both sides seem to just stiffen up when you need that break that momentum, and that's what they've done.
They were running the ball early in the first quarter. They're not able to get those openings like they were earlier. Ozaki's really toughened up.
He should run for it.
Well, he's not going to now.
Got
his
it.
Receiver, though, and a nice catch. Tippy-toeing the sidelines was Sean Farrell.
Boy, put it right where he had to, too. Farrell. Double coverage.
got that as being a 16-yard pickup, Chris.
And for the first time tonight, we have a team in the red zone. See if they can bang one off here.
Hand off to Ramagoni. Takes it off tackle left. Picks up about 3.
Ball carried by Ramagoni. Hoffman and Burridge in on the tackle for the Warriors. Gain of 3, second and 7, KLC.
Ball is spotted on the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
Saw Brad Bulko here too.
Yeah, he was at Kohler last year at a couple of those games.
It's right down here in the green.
A couple of his children. Yeah, there he is, white hat. Pitch out to Ramagoni. Oh, able to avoid one tackler and then is spun down inside the 10.
Ball carried again by Ramagoni.
Good job of making that first tackler miss, but couldn't get the rest of them. Give Ramagoni a yard. It's going to be 3rd down and 6, ball on the 9-yard line. Late into the huddle was Joe Bugby with the play. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the left. Ramagoni, the lone setback. Hand off to him. He's able to avoid a couple of tacklers, and he's going to get the first down, maybe the touchdown. He's close.
Wow.
Got it down to the 1.
He should have been stopped about the 7, Marty. But like a fine Kohler engine, he just kept driving. Nice run.
Mr. Kohler likes to hear you say that.
For the Warriors, first and goal from inside the 1, KLC.
First down and goal. Not sure what they're waiting on.
Measurement? I think it's first and goal, Marty. They haven't moved the 3rd down marker. What?
Something went on. I'm not sure what.
After?
We'll find out. Not sure what that means.
Oh, is that helping assist? Is that an
Assisting the running, maybe?
assisting
Yeah.
the running?
Yeah.
The runner, I believe.
Assisting the runner.
And it's a
And,
spot foul, so that's why they moved it back 5 yards.
So it's going to be 3rd down yet is what it's going to be. 3rd and 6. Bugby rolling. He's got a chance to run. Put his head down. He gets stopped at about the 2.
Stood up tall, I believe.
Yeah, you got to duck your shoulder and plow into those guys.
That's why KLC was backed up. The carry by Buffy on the quarterback end around.
It's now going to be 4th down.
Nope, first and goal. And gave him the first.
Okay, now he's got the first. 1st and goal from the 2.
Officials talking to 2 young Warrior guys here, and Modal.
Yeah. They put 2 running backs behind the guard and the tackle on the right side and just overpowered the defense. Touchdown KLC.
Nice drive, Marty.
Yeah, very nice. The big play was the 15-yard completion on 3rd and 6.
Well, they had an earlier completion too, didn't they? That started the drive, I believe.
Yep, the 20-yarder. Extra point is good. With 4:25 left in the first half, KLC 7, Ozaki nothing.
They said a bottle was just a bottle. that no one would ever notice me. But I knew I could be more. That one day, I would make people smile.
All righty, getting ready to start action again after that 2-yard modal touchdown. Nice drive by the KLC team, 52 yards. Ball taken at the 21. And Burrich knocked down at about the 35.
I think Walcott, the freshman, was right there.
Okay, 1st and 10 for Ozaki. They have time. It's one thing KLC has done really good here in the first half, Chris, play defense.
Yep. Well, they've lost some tough games this year. 6-0 against Hilbert.
And they're a good program.
Yep. Reedsville, they lost by 5. And just 35-14 against Cedar Grove, so.
Hand off to Starich, bounces it to the outside. And he's got about 6 yards on that run. One of the longer runs of the night by the Ozaki kids.
I'll tell you, Marty, with these lights and everything, it's sharp out here.
It
it's
is.
Nice.
Very nice.
Even though there's a little bit of a fog and 80-degree temperature on September 22nd.
Oh, Starich gets stood up and dropped after about a 2-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 2. You know, you talk about running upright. There was a classic case of running upright and getting paid, having to pay a price for it. A big 3rd down play for Ozaki and KLC for that matter. If they can get the ball back, they have enough time. Maybe they can march it down for a score. Starich does a good job of running behind his blockers and got the 1st down.
Yeah. We mentioned Stadler had only 15 carries coming in. Now he's carrying the ball, and Weicker. Wood we've not seen West either. We haven't seen Blake West carry the football at all tonight. He's number 7. I haven't seen him either.
It's 3 carries this drive all by Starich. He's done all the running. Fake handoff. Huffman keeping it. He gets dropped at the 49.
Some big boys on Ozaki. There's 4 kids on Kohler over 250. North has 0, Sheboygan North. And Ozaki has 253, 280, 246. They got some big boys.
Huffman, good throw, nice catch inside the 40 before the receiver is pushed back.
And we got
smart play by him.
Yep. Ozaki did not have to necessarily pass that time. They could still run the ball, but they chose to throw it, and that was a good decision by Huffman to just get out of bounds, save that timeout.
I think if they run the ball, especially if it's up the middle, Chris, they're going to be able to run maybe one more play.
Well, then the call timeout and then throw one in the end zone.
Do they have one left? Oh, yeah, they do have one. That's right. KLC's been taking all the timeouts. Huffman straight back, looking in the end zone, crossing pattern. He's got his receiver, but I think he's going to be either right at the marker or just short.
Boy, Tell you what, if they wouldn't have called those timeouts, they'd be pretty far down there by now.
Yeah, you're right. They're down in 2. Pickup of 8 yards on the play.
They can get a first down, Marty.
Right, yep.
And if they don't get it, they can call timeout. They're going to spread Kohler out.
Huffman back, dancing, looking, getting pressure. He's got some room to run if he can avoid a tackler. He avoids one, and he got in the end zone. Oh, man, they had him, Chris.
Not a fan of the clock management there, Marty. Disappointed. Yeah, they had him coming to the left here, and they had him boggled up. But once he got outside the tackles there, somebody had to make a play. And
yeah, it was a one-on-one play. Huffman was just a little better. Renicke's extra point is good. That ties up the ball game with 17 seconds remaining. Hey, we got a picture.
Yep, and we can hear each other.
Pretty stinky. Well, I don't know if that's good.
I couldn't hear you before. I could hear you, but I couldn't hear you.
You could hear me, but you weren't listening. Just like the kids.
Well, it's been a pretty even half, Marty, and the scoreboard reflects it.
Yep, you got that right. A little more exciting in the second quarter with a couple of scores. Got to give Ozaki credit. They made some plays when they needed to on that last drive. Kohler will get the second half kickoff, so they'll start with the ball when we resume action. Renicke's kick taken at the 20. And right up the middle, he could go. Ramagoni, one man to beat. Pushed out of bounds at the 20-yard line with 7.2 seconds left.
KLC.
You know, we've had a lot of kickoff returns for touchdowns.
At Kohler, I was going to say that at Kohler, but I was going to just make a comment before the kickoff. Does any of that come over here for anything? There's 7 seconds left, Marty. They do not have a field goal attempt, and with only 7 seconds left, you are thinking here, this is it. There's obviously they're not going to try a field goal, so if I am Ozaki, I got my guys on the goal line.
Wide receivers left and right, 2 to the right.
Cover 2.
Ramagoni, the lone setback. Bugby in the end zone. He had a receiver, but he threw it short. 2.9 seconds left.
And I think they're going to give it a whirl here, Marty.
Well, a
Babbitt,
field goal from the 20 would make it 37 about.
If I was Ozaki, I'd have one guy in the end zone. In the end zone and return it if it's short.
Nice snap and set, and the kick is no good. Looked good, but it was not good. And we're at halftime with the score all tied at 7-7.
Food. It nourishes, brings us together, and adds flavor to life. That's why it's important to wash hands, surfaces, and fresh produce. Keep raw meat, poultry, and seafood separate from ready-to-eat foods like fruits and vegetables. And cook to proper temperatures using a food thermometer. Enjoy, and refrigerate leftovers within 2 hours. For more tips on safely preparing foods, visit Home Food Safe.
Oh, sweetheart. Can I give you a hand?
No thanks, Dad. I got it.
Okay. I'm gonna go fix the lamp in your room.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors. And to follow the swimming rules.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Remember, always lock it up. Visit ncpc.org.
Traditional light bulbs actually generate 9 times more heat than light. Switch to Energy Star light bulbs, and you'll realize just how much cash you are really burning through. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
Got a quarter?
The representatives for Sheboygan Lutheran Senior Class, Emily Poopsich, sorry about that, Emily, daughter of Tim and Melissa Poopsich, and Josh Leland, son of Neil and Ray Leland. Congratulations. And this year's 2017 Homecoming King and Queen for Sheboygan Lutheran, the Queen, Miss Vanessa Wolf, daughter of Todd and Debbie Wolf, and Homecoming King Callahan Ryan, son Tracy and Deanna Ryan. Congratulations, Homecoming for 2017 Sheboygan Lutheran High School. Before you head on down to the concession stand, ladies and gentlemen, a couple of thank yous once again. I'd like to take this time to thank
Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Please, Mom, please.
No, we're having dinner soon.
Please.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just...
Kids who play outdoors have healthier lungs.
Totally.
Did you know that boys that play with dolls make better husbands?
My son has lots of dolls.
But did you know terry cloth diapers breathe better?
I did.
It's totally true.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Did you guys know statistically friendly kids have more friends?
Yeah.
That's obvious.
Did you know most people think they're using the right car seat for their kid, but they're not?
Parents who really know it all know for sure that their child is in the right seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to make sure your child...
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it. It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Everybody has a dream. Mine was to see the ocean. And with a little help, I made it.
Hey, you going out like that?
Yeah, why?
Well, what would the neighbors think?
I see you! Come look at Mr. Feather.
Look what I have. Mr. Bird, remember?
Bark, bark, bark. We're just playing. We're just playing on trying to get you out of here.
Even still.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection.
Getting closer to nature can get you closer to your family. Go to discovertheforest.org.
The smallest moments can have the biggest impact on a child's life. Take time to be a dad today.
I know, 2 seconds. Hang on, just stand still. Stand still. One second. Go, go, go! Boys, hang on! Boys!
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of children in foster care who will take you just...
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise. And be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Living near the water, it's a dream come true for many, except when there's flooding or a hurricane. That's why people who live near lakes and rivers, by the ocean and bayside, are working with their local planners to make sure that protection from all sorts of natural disasters is part of the planning process. Learn more at planning.org. That's planning.org.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at grads.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised.
Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need perfection.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors.
You tell me to stay away from drugs.
To always buckle my seatbelt. And to follow the swimming rules.
You're always looking out for me and trying to keep me safe.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
Here in the garage.
Closet. Shuttle box. Under the bed.
Where anyone can get to it. How safe is that?
How safe is that?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. In fact, they're counting on you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. If you own a firearm and are not using it, please be responsible and be sure that it's stored in a safe place. Remember, always lock it up. For more information on firearm storage safety, visit ncpc.org.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
Be nice. She's new.
Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened?
Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.
Food. It nourishes, brings us together, and adds flavor to life. That's why it's important to wash hands, surfaces, and fresh produce. Keep raw meat, poultry, and seafood separate from ready-to-eat foods like fruits and vegetables. And cook to proper temperatures using a food thermometer. Enjoy! And refrigerate leftovers within 2 hours. For more tips on safely preparing foods, visit homefoodsafety.org.
Wake the sun, tell him that I've begun to dream of things to come, and tell the trees not to look for me. I'm going to find some peace of mind. Wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun, wake the sun.
I'm one unlucky guy. The chance of being involved in a robbery is 1 in 757. The chances of being struck by lightning 1 in 750,000.
Please fasten your seatbelts for unexpected turbulence.
The chances of being a victim in an airline crash 1 in 29 million. Hey, could I get some peanuts? The chances of being involved in a car crash are far greater than lightning strikes and plane crashes. And if you are texting while driving, your risk of crash increases 23 times. Now, I may be an unlucky guy, but I don't have to be part of that statistic, and neither do you. Drive responsibly.
Oh, listen now. Can you hear the bluebirds? Oh, look up now. Can you feel the sun? Whoa. 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 Can you feel the sun?
We're at Lakeland University getting ready to start second half action. We've got some halftime statistics for you. KLC ended the half with 55 yards rushing, 45 yards passing for 100 yards. They ran I've got them for 20 plays in the first half, Chris. I know that may seem a little low, but they didn't control the ball as much as Ozaki. Ozaki had 65 yards rushing, 31 yards passing for 96 total yards. 23 rushes, 5 passes, gives them 28 plays. Somewhat similar in that regard, as is the yardage. Got to be a little more exciting in the second quarter.
Well, yeah, it's flat, even on the scoreboard, pretty close on stats. Marty, I was looking, you said that Bugby is 3 of 7 throwing, and you learned some stuff during half, huh, about Ozaki, huh?
You loser. Ridgewood, their leading ground gainer for Ozaki, is out with a ankle injury. We're hoping he can come back next week, but coming back this week just in time to fill in for Mr. Wood was Brady Stadler, number 81. He was out for a couple of weeks with an ankle injury, and he looked pretty good in that first half. I had him for 24 yards. He was their leading ground gainer in 7 carries. By the way, the leading ground gainer for KLC was Levi Model with 31 yards and 6 carries. So modest ground gaining, but exciting football. Good defense.
Yep. And a lot of the crowd thought that field goal was good too, Marty, at the end of the half.
You know what that reminded me of? Right when they were waving their hands no good? That playoff game, South against Neenah.
Oh.
Maury, come on, Maury Vreeke.
Maury Vreeke. Yep.
Looked like he had it.
Well, Mikhail Babic, she just missed it.
Really?
Yep. Just barely missed it.
Burrich cuts it back, and he gets knocked down at the 38, but a good return by Joe. There you see it. We got our monitor back too. Now we can really see what's happening. That's a good thing.
Yep. 7-7, time of possession 13-12 in favor of Ozaki to 10-48. Each team had the ball 4 times, unless you want to include that last little attempt by KLC, so I guess you could say they had it 5 times, but they only had for 17 seconds there.
And I was wrong. I thought KLC was getting the second half kickoff, but they are not.
Man down.
That's not good. I think it's a shoe is off.
It's Stadler again, Marty.
21. Oh yeah, it's 81.
Yeah, I thought it was 21 when he first started, then I realized it was 81.
Well, he picks up 3 yards on that carry.
Now I can see the boys up front. A little more clear. Nice camera view there.
It's 2nd down and 7. Stadler again dragging the pile. Showing good power.
You know what I think he did is, back in the 80s, early 90s, you could pump up your shoe. I think that's what he did. He pumped it up to give him a little more energy.
Thought he's looking for that little joystick to give him the extra burst.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think you could pump right around your tongue of your shoe.
By the way, that was a 1st down run. It's a 1st and 10, ball on the 48. Wide receivers left and right. First back through. Oh, Stadler again. He was the up back. He's getting a lot of carries for a guy just back from injury.
Well, they went a little more with Weicker to start the game, but I think the success has been more with Stadler, and I think they're going with what's hot. Not that we have to mention that word today. It's plenty warm.
Yeah. A funny plug for the air conditioner. There was no place to put it in the wall. Huffman rolling right, looking downfield.
Nobody's
He
open.
pulls it down. He's trying to run with it. Spun off a one tackler, and then he gets nailed right at the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose, pardon me, at the original line of scrimmage. He's going to lose 3.
Well, there was 3 white shirts out in routes, and none of them were open. Again, like the first half, KLC just seems to have better coverage than the Ozaki receivers can get open.
3rd down and 10. Renicky, who caught the first completion of the game for Ozaki, is wide to the right. Huffman looking for him. He gets hit as he throws, and they're going to rule it an incompletion. But good pressure. I didn't catch the number of the kid who did that, but it's a good play.
Well, it's just man-on-man coverage, and John Stevens from the outside, the senior from Christian. And Huffman was lucky to get that away, and he's going to have to punt for the 4th time. Excuse me, 3rd time.
Ramagoni is back on the 15-yard line. Huffman got a lot of leg in that one. Ramagoni picks it up at about the 13. Makes one man miss.
Oops.
But not that guy.
Well, he had a nice...
Don't you just hate that? The guy comes and he tears you down, and then he picks you back up.
Oh, I like that's okay. I like that. But there's a
And
hanky on the field, Marty. Just going to pin
you aren't going anywhere.
I was going to say, Ramagoni had that nice kickoff return right at the tail end of the first half, but not much success there. And now we're going to add a couple 10 yards onto the situation.
By the way, Ramagoni did what you want him to do. Pick the ball up and run with it.
A little more natural hops here on the turf, I believe.
Ooh, good point.
Not that in our day we ever played with turf, that we would know that, but I've seen a game or two on TV, I guess.
Yeah. My last year umping, I got a chance to umpire a baseball game on turf. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah, we played at Kaukauna last year, and they had turf. That was...
And Ramagoni taken down at the 5, loss of 3.
Yeah, we played on this turf in Kaukauna last year for baseball, and we're going back there this spring, and the turf was almost like flat, you know. It was almost like just a solid ground. I don't even really know if it was turf anymore. And Kohler's got to get out of this hole here.
I agree with you.
Not good timing for a penalty. Pinned back this far.
Bugby looking under pressure. Now he's got to get rid of it. And the catch is no catch. Incomplete. Good defensive play. Renicky, I think, came over and broke it up.
That was dangerous. Russell Tolman on the catch, but I'll tell you, Bugby tries to squeeze this in between the
You're
zone
right.
coverage.
That wasn't. That was Weicker on the good pass defense. 3rd down and 12.
I'll tell you, Bugby put it the only place that his guys could get it. Any shorter or any deeper, and we're talking pick. Blitz.
He gets out of trouble, throws it down the field, and overthrew all the players down here.
Just never know if that's right. 2 guys in the same zip code.
Exactly.
On the route. And Ozaki's going to have.
Yeah, now they're going to get the good field position.
Good field position.
Joseph Burrich, number 33, is back. And it's a high kick. He's going to let it bounce. And takes a pretty good roll for KLC. It's going to be spotted at the 41. 1st and 10, Ozaki. So not a good drive there, Chris.
Well, it took 1:04 off the clock, and you gained 2 yards. And
oh, they lost 2 yards.
Well, you moved it 2 yards, but they flipped the field from the 45 to the KLC 41. So the 10-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's not a good way to start.
See if they start feeding 81 here.
Give it to 81, you're right. Bounces it to the outside. He's got a good run going there, Chris. It's going to be about an 8-yarder or so. Looked like the play was designed to go off tackle, but he bounces it to the outside. Watch this. Right there, boom, out to the outside.
Stadler, the senior, Huffman, a sophomore.
Give him 8 yards on the play. It's 2nd down and 2. Give it to Stadler again. Bounces off a 1 tackler and another, but he's not going to get the 1st down. Good defensive stand there on that particular play.
I believe it was Stevens, number 9, coming up. Made the initial hit and then got help from his friends.
Sounds like a Beatles song.
Could be one.
Renicky at the top of your screen, Burrich on the bottom. Fake handoff, Huffman keeps it and dives forward for the 1st down.
That was a good effort by him. Diving forward, saw a little hole, knew he just needed a couple.
Ball is going to be spotted at the 31. He got just enough for the 1st down. Clock running, 6:20 left in the 3rd quarter. It's been a fast ball game tonight. Very entertaining. Blitz coming. Oh, good block on the outside. Huffman gets loose, slips by a couple of tacklers, spins off another, and then he's driven out of bounds, and there's a late flag.
They're going to get a penalty on
Watch this
blocker
kid
down.
on the outside get bunched out. I thought that was a hold right there.
I think they're going to get 75 here. Or 64, nope, 66. Luke Schmidt, senior, unnecessary after the play was dead. You just want to hit somebody, Marty.
Hey, I like those kind of players.
However, it's a first down. Still first down, I guess, and then they bring it back.
Jeez.
So
I don't know what they give the kid on the yardage gain.
So he gained.
We'll give him 10.
No, he gave 12 and then back 10. So
Huffman straight back.
Screen.
Screen on the outside to Stadler. And not much. Picks up about 2 or 3.
Yeah, so it was a 12-yard gain by Huffman on the run, but the 10-yard penalty brought it back. It's just a.
I'm glad we got a guy up here that can count.
I was with kids all week, Marty. You were on vacation. I got to make sure they all come back. Brought 20 to the park. Sometimes when there's 19 coming back, it's not always a good thing. So, second down. Interesting play.
Yeah, they were trying to deke the defense. It didn't work, though.
I like that play, though. I like that play a lot. See, that's another change of pace. It's just a dump over the middle. Another thing I think North or South could do something like that. They snapped it. Everybody just kind of froze, and you just send a tight end there. Nice play. Good defense, though, by KLC. Got a hand up.
You got 3rd down and 5. Ball is on the 26-yard line. KLC needs a stop.
Up back.
Hit the, oh, right through the middle. He caught him by surprise with a quick hitter. Stadler with a good run. Right up the middle. There was a big hole. And important first down for the Warriors. Ball on the 19-yard line. Gain of 7.
I don't know who they had in the backfield behind him that time.
28 yards
12.
on 6 carries so far.
We don't have a 12, of course. Well, they're not giving it to him, that's for sure.
And Huffman.
Yep. But number 12 for Ozaki is TBA. He's just been a decoy so far. See, he just snuck it. Good replay. Down to the 14 now. And tell you, Ozaki has had the ball all except for a minute of this quarter.
Yeah, they've controlled action, that's for sure. Handoff trying to go to the outside and getting wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage was Stadler. Good defensive charge that time by KLC. Third and 6. Another chance for KLC. Timeout, Ozaki. That's a good use of a timeout. Next week, we're going to be right back here when KLC hosts Lamira in a non-conference game. It'll be Kohler's homecoming.
I think Kohler's, or excuse me, Christian as well.
Christian as well. And then we have 3 games left after that. Football season's been awfully quick. Oh, gee, that's too bad.
They've already won the division, basically, Marty. You can let us win now and let us catch Colorado.
Yeah, we don't want them to win. I was going to say that they still have a shot, but they got to win the next 3. They got to win these 3 games. themselves a shot.
Yep, for the division. Yeah.
My wife and I were talking last night, and she said, yeah, Brewers got to win 3 out of 4, they're out of it. I said, yeah, you're pretty smart.
Yep.
All righty, here we go, 3rd down and 6. Huffman straight back, looking, drifting out to the right, throwing on the run. It's intercepted and taken out of bounds near the 20-yard line is the KLC interceptor. Levi Model.
Wow. Are you kidding me? I'm sure the young fellow would like that one back.
Oh, isn't that the truth?
Wow.
Boy, they were right there. I was wondering if they didn't make, if they would have passed incomplete, if they would have tried a field goal. But that's, we're not have to worry about those decisions anymore. Ball is spotted right on the 20. Another good defensive play by KLC. Model out in the middle. He's right through the middle, running over people. Gets it out over the 35, out to the 37. 17-yard gain.
And there's a Ozaki Warrior down here.
You know what, Chris? I think that was a great play call. Give it to the guy who just got the interception. He's all pumped up, and let him barrel over people.
This could be a cramp, possibly, Marty, in this heat.
Yeah.
And that's Stadler.
He was the one that's just coming back off an ankle injury.
Yeah.
Let's hope he didn't hurt that ankle again.
Right.
That would not be good. We have 3 minutes and 8 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. We're all tied up at 7. And KLC just made a great defensive stand with Levi Model's interception, stopping the Ozaki drive. Hey, Chris, when you play on turf like this, do you have to wear special shoes?
I think they're just, well, they used to call them turf shoes.
Yeah, I think they're molded bottoms.
They're like, I remember they're rubber bottoms, but I think kids today probably just have regular
So what you
tennis
wear
shoes.
for softball, the molded, plastic bottoms?
Yep.
Wear that. What about the old baseball shoes with the spikes? Not the spikes, but
I know what you're talking
metal.
about. Yeah. Yeah. Not the metal ones, but I know there's those plastic ones, but I don't think that would be. I think they're more of a tennis shoe thing. Those
No
suction
gum?
cups. No.
No seeds?
I tell you, it looks nice, Marty.
It
Just
does.
was really sharp.
This is awesome.
The lights and
And
I
I
don't know
think-
if it's the color configurations too that's set up here, but it's really done well. The entranceway, I know I mentioned,
Yeah.
we'd even talked about the ticket booth area. It's
The
all
color
nicely
on your
fenced.
screen really does do justice to the colors on the field. Modal again up the middle. Gets it up over the 40. Another nice run by that young man. Give him about 6 yards on the play.
And Ozaki's trying to, a lot of their offensive and defensive lines play both ways, so they take them out for a couple of plays, take a drink, which is a good thing.
Right.
Especially in this humidity. Trying to keep them as fresh as possible.
Fake to the running backs. Oh, he had his receiver wide open, but couldn't get him the ball.
Yeah, Russell Tolman, the senior from Kohler.
How do you know that? I don't have 46 on my.
Sure you do.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Just outside his fingertips.
Bugby having a tough quarter, Chris. He's 0 for 3.
You know what that means, Marty?
Time for a completion.
He's due.
All right, 3rd down and 4. Wide receivers, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Bugby gives it off to his running back, who's through the hole. Ramagoni to the 35-30. He's going to go all the way. Look at that man run. Touchdown, KLC. Don't get a penalty.
Were you asking for a big play, Marty? You got your big play.
57-yard run. He had -2 yards in the quarter till that run.
Yeah. Raquel Babick kicked the extra point, and she nails it.
Point after is good with 2:03 left in the third quarter. It's 14-7 KLC.
You've messed up your son's haircut.
Mom?
Do you A, try to fix it?
Like it never happened.
B, work with what you got? Or C, show solidarity?
Thank you, babe.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Back at Lakeland University, where Nick Ramagoni just ran 57 yards for a touchdown.
And that was Dave Benasek, I'm sorry, as your kicker from Kohler. Kohler's had the ball out of the 10 minutes, basically, for 2 minutes in his half. 2 possessions, one was a minute 4, that one was a minute 8. The bottom line is they're up by 7. We don't care how long they have the ball as long as they're up on the scoreboard.
I remember us doing games where you said, I don't care anymore about time of possession. That should be down. Caught it with his knee down because teams just, you know, they're so explosive. Time of possession doesn't mean anything.
There's, I don't know why. I didn't see anything. How can there be?
There's the touchdown.
Wonder why there's flags. It was just a kick and he put his knee down. Unsportsmanlike.
Oh, you know why? Because I think the kid got up maybe and ran and somebody hit him, knocked him down, and the whistles were blowing.
Oh, and he's getting an earful.
Yeah, got to be careful. Reminds me of that LSU game last year.
Yes.
The kid intercepted it and got up and was kind of celebrating. All of a sudden he got laid out.
Yeah.
And upon further review, actually, I think the guy didn't mean to hurt him. You know, he thought the ball was in play.
That was Russell Tolman that got a message there from the coaching staff.
Oh, they had him inside the 20, Chris. I mean, they would have had real bad field position.
Well, you know, he sees the guy running and got to listen to the whistle. So
Huffman trying to bounce it to the outside and does, and picks up pretty good yardage on that run.
Not too long ago, Ozaki was marching down the field, and an unfortunate interception for Brent Huffman right into the hands of Levi Model turned this game around. They were going in to get some type of points.
Yeah, is Stadler in the backfield, Chris? You see him? Can you tell?
At that angle.
Some blocking. Waker trying to bounce to the outside. He's got room to run, and he gets knocked out of bounds at the 47. 10-yard run.
To answer your question, I do not see Stadler. I see number 12 again. He's been the kind of the token guy out there that doesn't get the ball. The Mirage player, number 12. But Stadler's back in. Good thing for Ozaki fans.
Simply because we don't have the other guy's name. It's not that we don't like you. We need an updated.
There's Coach Flipsy. We mentioned him already once.
Yeah, we already talked about you, Brett.
We're giving him.
It was nice of you to give him Friday off from basketball practice.
Coach Brett Flipsy from Christian, right down in front of us. Mentioned him before in the house. Pretty good fan support for this game tonight.
5-yard penalty on Ozaki. I think it was delay of game.
And the stands are all new too for those who don't know.
Right. You're not going to fall between the boards.
Nice. So nice out here.
Stadler cuts it back and makes a real nice run. It's a 1st and 15 play. He got it up to the 50. Picked up 8.
Minute 34.
That was his 8th carry this quarter, Chris. $35 yards. Huffman looking for that crossing pattern, but his receiver never got open. Now he's scrambling, and he's got the first down easily.
Yeah, Stadler was dragging across the field, then kind of gave up on it and retreated. I think if he would have kept going across the field towards his own bench, he might have gotten to a seam where Huffman could have found him, but he decided to kind of loop going away from Huffman.
3rd down and 1. Ball on the 44. And another quarterback sneak. And Ozaki just muscles forward for the first down.
Seen that play before.
Yeah.
Not only is it warm, Marty, but there is no wind.
You're right.
None. Not a.
Under a minute left in the quarter.
I'm sure the mosquitoes are having a bonfire or a picnic out here with all the people.
Stadler dragging the pile, boy. Good push by Ozaki. Looked like he was going to be just a short gain, but ended up being almost 5 yards. Give him 4 for sure. Good. Watch this.
Yeah, following big number 61 there. Cody Thomas, 255-pound senior.
And that's going to be the end of the 3rd quarter, clock winding down. It's going to be 2nd and 6 when we come back.
Visit aarp.org/caregiving for information on how to provide even better care for the person who wants to care of you.
I was at McDonald's this evening. I mentioned this to Marty, and 2 gentlemen noticed me and said, "Oh, aren't you the announcer guy?" And I said, "Yes, Chris Wright." And we talked for a while. And he said, "Where's your partner, Mike Martin?" I said, "Well, we don't do everything together." But then as I left, and the 2 gentlemen were sitting there, he goes, "We'll see you down the road," which I thought was...
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That means they're watching all the way to the end. Stadler bouncing outside and then cuts it back inside and gets the first down. A good piece of running there by Brady Stadler. First and 10, ball spotted on the 31. They're moving it downhill, Chris.
As they have the entire half.
Huffman tucks it under. Quarterback draws what that was, and he gets it inside the 25. Inside the 30, pardon me.
I don't think we've mentioned this enough, but Ozaki really mixing up their plays. We've seen some of these plays before, but they kind of set things up and rerun them. And very effective, especially as Marty mentioned here in the second half.
Pitch out to Stadler. Doesn't get much there. Pretty stout defense played by KLC. Gets it to the 26, only a gain of 2.
A little tough sledding there for the Warriors. Good defense over there on that side. Graydon Grabowski holding up that end, as is John Stevens. We've talked about him a couple times tonight, too.
2 wide receivers off to the right. Huffman under center. Hands it off to Stadler. He tries to cut it back against the grain, but not much doing there. Actually, he did fall pretty far forward and got the first down. I thought he got stopped. Let's watch it here.
I thought he was stopped at the...
Yeah, right there I thought,
yeah,
but nope.
26.
He slipped a couple of tacklers.
And stopped at the 22, but he fell over to the 18, and another Warrior first down.
They've been going to Stadler a lot, Chris. I know you mentioned it earlier, but he's been the horse tonight. Huffman looking.
Oh, no.
They got a wide receiver in the middle of the field, but he didn't see him. And it looks like it's picked off. Yes, it is.
Well, he should have
Another interception.
Yeah, he should have hit him earlier, Marty. You were right. He was wide open. I don't know why he didn't throw him the ball when he made his initial cut. Joe Bugby?
Yep.
Quarterback? Well, each quarterback has now intercepted a pass from their opposite numbered guy. And another, just not a good decision. I mean, the Warrior receiver, when he cut across the middle there, was wide open as soon as he made his break. And Huffman kind of pumped to throw it there, and then he didn't throw it, and then he tried to force it in there. And just very costly.
Yes, very, you're right. Second back, Ramagoni muscles it out to the 15. He had a receiver open in the middle of the field, Chris. Obviously, he didn't see him. But if he could have hit him, he'd have had a touchdown.
9:42 and counting. The Oz with 2 timeouts. KLC with 3.
First back, Modal dragging tacklers, gets it out to about the 22, and he may have a first down.
Well, I would think that Coach Zablocki would love to have about a 7-minute drive here.
Flip the field if nothing else, right?
Field, yeah, and control the clock. Getting first downs as you are. Got to be a little quicker on the play call now here. A little slow coming in.
Modal coming off the field. He's had a good night tonight with a bunch of yards gained on the ground and making an interception on defense.
Just barely got it off.
Ramagoni jitterbugging, slips by a couple of tacklers, gets it out to about the 28.
Minutes.
Yeah.
Another first down would be nice here.
Second back through, Ramagoni looking. Gets it up over the 30, maybe to the 31, not much. It's going to be 3rd down and 1.
Yep. Well, you got a good spot, Marty. Really good spot.
Very short. Well, last time they had this, they gave it to Modal on the goal line. They had the 2 blockers behind the right guard and tackle. Let's see if they run that formation. Nope. I formation. Look for Modal, first back through. He muscles his way forward for the first down. And the clock keeps running.
Yeah, and I thought
after they started again.
I thought for a second that I saw an interior lineman move, but there was no flag.
Shh.
And we're going to get a timeout for liquids, Marty. I thought about this today if they were going to do this. I think it's a great idea by the WIA to protect players and kids. And really, we haven't had many cramps or anything, which I thought we might get tonight. By golly, if they're the NFL guys, they all got cramps.
Yeah, really.
Got a bug in here. I'm taking care of you, Marty.
Thank you very much. There's no shortage of dead flies up here, I'll say that. Look at that ledge, Chris. Crying out loud, and they're all on your side. It must be your breath. We're going to be right back here next week when KLC hosts Lamira and homecoming for Kohler and Christian. Our score here tonight is 14-7 KLC, and they have the ball with 7:37 left. They've only been running the ball on this possession. And been doing a good job of it, too. It's going to be 1st and 10. Ball is on the 34. Modal the up back, Ramagoni the deep back. Pitch out to Ramagoni. He spots an opening and goes through it. And he's got about 7 yards, 7-8 yards. Good burst.
Coming into the night, I only had him for 67 yards on the ground, Marty. He's got to be pretty close to that, well over that tonight. Got good burst of speed, and you've mentioned that a number of times.
See what I got him for in my notes. 29 carries for 67 yards, only 2.3 yards a carry. Modal right up the middle, buries right over one of the Ozaki players and is knocked down at the 50. Oh, what a run that was. Watch this. Get out of my way! And I think another great spot, too, because I thought he went down at the 49, but they're going to mark it right at the 50. Did I ever tell you I like it when they run over people?
And another first down.
That looked like a little quickness on that interior lineman. Chris, did you notice that?
Yep.
But no flag.
I don't know if it was the center. It's the only thing I was thinking
then,
it could
then it would
be.
almost have to be okay if it was the center.
I was hoping it was the center. Well, we mentioned this drive, very important. Started at the 9:47 mark. I asked for a 7-minute drive, boys, so got to clip off about 2 more first downs.
Ramagoni makes one tackler miss, makes a second tackler miss, and then gets knocked down finally inside the 45-yard line. Watch this. Now you see me, now you don't.
Yep. Really using those feet well.
It's going to be 3rd down and 3.
I think you give it back to your horse.
Under 5 minutes. They're in the shotgun, Chris. I don't like this. Oh, good defense that time. Making a great stop for Ozaki was Logan Bell. Wow. Watch this.
Well, this is where coaches earn their oats here. Do you punt and force them to go the length of the field? Or do you go for it on 4th and 1, and if you don't get it, you give your opponent a short field?
Can I just say something? If you run that I backfield, you got a fullback blocking for you, and maybe he gets the first down then. Bugby on a fake. Run the ball.
Forward. Oh,
wow,
man.
Come on, you got to know the situation, young man. Get the first down.
Yeah.
But he did.
Yep. He should have just, you're right, Marty, he waited for a blocker, but what he should have done is just tucked it down and kind of like what Huffman did before and just dive forward. Just get enough because he was short. You're right, Marty.
That's his first carry of the second half. It's a 3-yard pickup and a first down. Ball is on the 39, rolling down to the, 4:09. Clock will start on the snap of the ball. There you got your I backfield. Pitch out to Ramagoni. He picks up a block on the outside and gets it down to about the 32 or 33-yard line. Watch him spot an opening and then burst forward.
Almost.
Yeah, almost.
I was a little surprised that official didn't call that one there on Grabowski for a push in the back.
Oh, there's going to be an illegal procedure. And they've been doing so good, Chris.
Keep it on the ground, 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 keep it on the ground.
All right, second down and about 9. Levi Modal, first back through, gets the handoff, and he finally gets knocked down inside the 35.
Timeout.
And a timeout by Ozaki. They'll have one more left.
Not sure I would have used it there, Marty. I think I would have waited to the next play because if KLC gets your first down here, you just wasted it. But you're saving 30 seconds is what you're doing.
Right. I was thinking unless the plan is to call another timeout if you stop here.
Oh, yeah, you will. But I'm just saying that KLC gets the first down, you wasted it. You wasted your timeout. I mean, it's not like it's 3rd and 9, it's 3rd and 5. And I think if I'm Coach Zablocki here, I'm thinking 2 run plays and we're going to get a first down. And
now, do you think you can run that fake sweep left and quarterback keeper to the right? Will that work this time?
Worked the last time. I would go with Modal here for 2.
All right, here we go. It's 3rd down and 5. Second back through. That's not Ramagoni, though. That's somebody else. You think? Bolo.
See, now that timeout was wasted, Marty. See, they should listen to me up here. And we're getting close to that 2-minute mark, which was my request when this drive started, way back at 9:47 on the clock. Good job of running the clock all the way down. Now Ozaki has to call timeout. Now they shouldn't. Yeah, now they're not calling timeout. They got to let it go till the next play.
So they're putting Levi at the tailback spot, Chris, and letting him wonder who that up back is. Modal again, off tackle right. He's got an opening. He's running like a bull. He could get to the end zone. Touchdown! KLC with a flag at the end.
Oh, no. I'll tell you, there was a big, big block. I think it was Caleb Rahm that sprung this. There was a serious block that came across to open this up.
Hey, Scott, can we see that again from the up camera? There you go.
Right there was a big block.
In the middle of the field, yeah. Knocked his guy down.
Caleb Rahm, number 20, I believe that was Caleb Rahm. He is normally a running back, their leading rusher. But
he was the up back the last few plays.
I'll tell you, he buried that guy and cleared that hole.
Extra point is good.
Yep.
So a 24-yard touchdown run by Levi Modal with the extra point. With 1:38 left in the ball game, KLC 21, Ozaki 7.
My heart doesn't see race. Love is love.
Well, Marty,
69 yards for Modal in the fourth quarter, Chris.
Well, they started the second half with a minute 4 drive, a minute 8 drive, and the third time that they decided to touch the ball, 8 minutes and 9 seconds off the clock and put the game away. Two big Huffman interceptions turned this game around, and because of the penalty, this is going to be in the end zone. Can't return it.
How come they got to return it in the North game?
I don't know. You are correct, sir.
Levi Modal has 15 carries for 123 yards.
Woo.
And he's done most of his damage in the second half. Fourth quarter, actually, with 69 yards. He had 23 more yards in the third quarter. Gives him 92 yards for the half.
And unofficially, he almost doubled his season total.
Picked a good night to do that when we were here.
That's right. Interesting call,
Draw
Marty.
play.
I'm not.
Stadler's not going anywhere.
I don't like that call at all, and I don't think the Warrior fans appreciate it either. I don't know.
Draw play. Yay. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Well, I'd wing it down the field a couple times here, try to get somebody over the middle, or.
Huffman running out of the pocket and gets it out of bounds. Good play by that young man. He's thinking it's going to be third down and a bunch.
That's a good idea, but he just went from 2nd and 10 to third and 9.5. Check that. 10.5.
All right, 10.5 then. 1:02 left in the ball game.
You're kidding me.
And a nice run out to the 24 or so.
Huh. Well, it's 4th down, and the Warriors are in no hurry.
No. Huffman trying to scramble out. He's going to get stopped. And that'll be it.
Favorite play, coaches love to design the victory formation. Well, that was a fun half, Marty.
Yeah, that was. They'll have to do one kneel down, and then that'll be the ball game tonight.
2 big interceptions and a nice couple plays. Quick hitter there. Oh, no.
Really? Got 11 guys on the field. You don't need
12.
any more.
Yep, they had 12.
They did?
Yep.
Oh, you know who it was? It was the ball boy.
I'm not
Maybe it was the water boy.
I'm not going to say who it was, but. Oh, they don't have a victory formation. They just have a kneel down formation.
That's going to do it.
Well, they keep their playoffs hope alive, Marty.
Yep. Run their record on the season to 3-3. Ozaki drops to 2-4. Chris, we're going to be back here next week so we can talk some more about KLC, but for now, we're going to wrap up tonight's broadcast. A great job by the crew. We had Sarah Balzer on the top camera, Sergey Molitor on the field camera. Scott Maloff was our director tonight. Chris Wright was doing color, and I was the play-by-play guy, Mike Martin. And one more time, KLC 21, Ozaki 7. We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you down the road.